Good evening to DeFiChain News on the 11th October 2023, the news show that provides you with the latest update on DeFiChain project. If you like the show, then let's go crazy on the like button. It helps the project, subscribe and click the bell button. And for sure, stay until the end because we discuss the next shows and dates. Afterwards, we also have some time to answer your questions, so please put them here in the chat and we will have a look on them. But now, before we start, I would like to welcome my co-moderator and expert of DeFiChain, Lord Mark. How are you on this wonderful Wednesday?
Fantastic. Thanks.
Fantastic.
All good, all good. It's Wednesday, best day of the week, new show, like we always say. Yeah, all great, yeah.
Title of the show was a question, Metachain finally live on Testnet. Answer?
We're gonna talk about that later, after the headlines.
We will answer it. We will answer it. Yeah, let's have a look on the headlines.
Absolutely. Here you go, Dizzy.
Yeah, first topic, Metachain live on Testnet. You get now the answer. Second point, DeFiChain Labs. So short explanation, what is behind it. And then our regular points, notable mentions, the community projects and the updates and the future dates. So
now,
would you like to answer the question?
Yes, I would love to.
Yes, no?
Yes and no. So actually it's a more no. No, it's not live.
It's a clear no.
No, it's a clear no, actually. So what happened? So there was a DeFiChain release candidate 1. So DeFiChain 4.00 release candidate 1 was out since Tuesday. Then there was the testnet hard fork block was set, and then somebody found a problem. The whole thing
Someone?
Someone. Mr. Kügi broke the system again. Our master tester Kügi couldn't lift the fingers off the testnet, and he found that there was a problem. So maybe let's talk a little bit. It's kind of very technical. The technical things are not my specialty, so DC is gonna jump in if I explain it the wrong way. But in simple terms for everybody out there are transactions that are written in a block, and there's one transaction that kind of can activate the DMC, the DeFiChain layers. And in the tests, when it was tested, it wasn't tested with the whole blockchain, it was tested with a sequence of blocks, I guess. And before the sequence of blocks this were used to test was this transaction in there. How this got in there, nobody knows so far. But the node was reading that transaction in the last test and said, I don't know what to do with this. This has nothing to do here, and it kind of stopped. Right? So there was information that couldn't be processed by the node. Now people might ask, why the heck did they not find it on Chungy testnet? The problem is that this transaction wasn't there, or it wasn't there in this sequence of blocks that it was tested with. And that's the problem. So good thing or bad thing? Now you can say, okay, it's a bad thing. I think, it's good and bad at the same time. The most important is that we found that because this was kind of a sleeper, like a little terrorist hiding around the corner. And it activated an unpleasant event. So I think it kind of stalled the node, or the node refused the block or whatever. And I hope I explained it in a correct or in very simple words. So that's the situation. What does that mean now? It means that this has to be fixed, of course. And then, we're going to see there's going to be most likely a new release candidate pretty soon. This release candidate then will deploy, we don't know yet, on the testnet or on the Chungy testnet. I think that's not really clear yet. And then we're going to do the test again and see. So there might be another transaction that triggers that. So, of course, the developers are now searching if there's something in there that could stall the node, the test. That's the story. So, all hands on deck. Everybody's looking, of course, to fix that. Hopefully pretty soon. You mentioned before there was no change on the consensus, so it was like
correct.
It's a small thing, but also not so small. So it has to be fixed definitely, that the stuff runs smooth like we want it to have.
Great. Maybe some comments or additions to this. There's
Please.
also a link to the post from Parasana explaining what happened. It looks like there was a kind of bug in an old Node software, 3.2.8, who accepted this transaction, even it was invalid at this time, and wrote it into a block. And you mentioned it, then the sync stopped because the data didn't match. One data, the transaction says activate the EVM layer. The second data, the hard fork block, says not activated. It's in the future. And then what to do? Who is right? Is a mismatch, and the syncing stopped. That was the one issue. The second one, there was a kind of overflow in the calculation, and this could lead to crash of the miner. That's not really critical. The miner crash, you have to set up a new, so it's not the accepted or the wished behavior, but it's also not consensus relevant. Both things should now be tested or fixed and then tested again, and then we see hopefully a new release candidate coming out and the update on the testnet. Additional remark from my side personally, this is more or less normal in the procedure. We're coming from the chunky to the testnet. Testnet was slightly different and we found an issue. This could happen in the past. We didn't test it even on the testnet. We jumped on the mainnet and then it crashed there. Now we are one step before, which makes it better later. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the mainnet is running completely without any issues.
It's devilish,
That's the goal.
right? Devilish. Always small little things. But that shows how important it is that a lot of people test, right? So if you're a developer out there and want to support the project, hey, jump on it and try to find something. I think more people, the better. It's not that there's not a decent team behind to test it, but there are so many, there are just so many things. We had things like this also in the past, right? It's not that before this release, with Node software, there was not a problem. We had a series of problems. I think every blockchain fights with that. There's no blueprint how to build a node. This can happen, but of course we want it as good as possible. So much about testnet is not live, guys. Hopefully next week we have better news for you.
Go on. Metachain is not finished.
Metachain is not finished. Okay, non-stop. Let's carry on. So that was the core development side. On the other side, there are teams building or preparing to build and deploy on DeFi Metachain. There's this fantastic spreadsheet from DC. If your project is not on there, get in touch with DC, send him all the required data that he can fill it in. I haven't had a look today if all the projects are there, but use that. Link is in the show notes. Then now let's talk a little bit about projects. Vanilla Labs and Ebox are teaming up. 2 projects announced as strategic partnerships. Always nice to see partnerships. Metaland and Vanilla Swap, they're gonna work together now. They're redeployed on Beta 14 Chunky Testnet already. And for all the people on Testnet, so for the Testnet users, another good reason to go on the Testnet and test and play around. They're gonna be contributing in an airdrop of the Vanilla and MLand token. Tweet is in the show notes. Then the mentioned guys from before, Ebox, they participated on the DeFiChain X Space, I think it was today. And they spoke about their project. Also, if you were not there live, there's a link in the show notes. Jellyverse, Santiago had, I think they shot a YouTube video with Paddy, where he spoke about the project. And then we from Chevlis, we asked the question, is Chefsphere and Jellyverse actually really necessary for DMC? Question mark. Check it out. The answer you find in a short YouTube video that Sebastian posted today. Link is gonna be in the show notes. I think that sums it up quite nicely. Core development and projects on and around DMC.
Thanks for the update. A lot of things are happening, and I think next week we have a similar list of project core developer points to show you what is happening. Then our next topic for today is a really interesting one, DeFiChain Labs. Can you explain us what it is, where it comes from, how is it part of our ecosystem?
Yeah, very happy to do so. I think the one or the other might have read the news already. It was on X. There was a blog post. I think there was a lot of communication around. But let me step a little bit back in time because not everybody was here from the very beginning. How did this all evolve and develop? So at the very beginning, there was Cake. Cake kind of developed DeFiChain, and then there was a separation. Julian and Yusin said they kind of want to separate the decentralized from the centralized project. And there was a foundation. And the foundation was set up in the BVI, British Virgin Islands, very crypto friendly. And there's a representative. This is the young gentleman sitting next to me. He's kind of the chairman of or the contact person. However, what's your official title there?
No,
Yeah, your
I think
contact
it's just a person, yeah.
contact person of the DeFiChain Foundation. The DeFiChain Foundation is not doing much more than having a look on intellectual property rights and trademarks. And then the foundation coins were burnt. And then there was a development needed. And the development was actually coming out first from Cake, and then this was pushed into the birthday research team, an R&D team. They wanted to really focus on, they built a light wallet, they built a quantum bridge, and they wanted to do development for DeFiChain. But then there came Ordinals along and a lot of other projects, and then they said, okay, let's split that up again. So Birthday Research is now going to be more the R&D arm for all kind of companies and projects, and now there's the DeFiChain Labs. And DeFiChain Labs is actually an open source team and is financed by donations. And there's a team inside DeFiChain Labs that is really focusing on DeFiChain and DMC only. So there are a couple of people in there. Also, Liam is there, the new marketing guy from DeFiChain. And the whole team is building stuff for DeFiChain, marketing for DeFiChain, the community management. Fabio is in DeFiChain Labs. So everybody is in there really focusing on DeFiChain. So cool idea because it's a dedicated team and they really focus on all issues or all tasks that are necessary. There's a tweet that we of course gonna link up. There's a blog post as well. And yeah, I think then it's all easier to understand why do we need a new lab after birthday research. I think it makes complete sense. That's it this year.
Yeah. Maybe one point to highlight, they are doing the marketing also for DeFiChain. They take it over from the Accelerator team, which was a community-driven team, and do it now for DeFiChain, for the complete ecosystem. The Accelerator team is still there. They focus a little bit more on the Metachain layer and on Chaniverse. That's also part of this transition into DeFiChain Labs, to build a strong unit concentrating on DeFiChain and pushing everything. Exactly. Yeah, thanks. And then we come to maybe our main topic. Is a really big one. Notable mentions today, really long. Tell us what we might miss if we don't have this section here.
Yeah, this is kind of this mixed bag always, right? So first of all, burn. So there was Ethereum staking rewards have been burned. They burned about 27,000 DFI. Then there were other staking coins on Cake that created another burn of 40,000 DFI. Julian was tweeting about that. We're going to link the tweet up. Who wants to read what Julian posted about that? Burn. Topic 3.A, so to say. Next topic. Really cool one. Because we want to repeat ourselves a little bit because we spoke about that last week. But it seems to be a very complicated topic and not everybody really understood what we said. So we want to try again. Most likely we're not really good at explaining. The DFIP that we tried to explain the last week that wants to improve the D-token system, So the D-token system is not dead, like some people say, is all about focusing on pools that are really welcome by traders, where traders see opportunities to trade. Traders want to make money, and to make money, we explained it last week, I think already, you need liquidity, and you need volatility, and you need volume. These things, and to create liquidity and to have enough volume, you need larger pools. So what they proposed is that you take from the smaller pools the rewards away. You're not gonna kick the token out. You're not gonna do anything illegal with the tokens. What you just do is you take the very small pools and redistribute the rewards from the small pools to the bigger pools. And then, if the community and the traders found interest again on these smaller pools where there are no rewards, where there are only swap fees, with the second DFIP, it would be possible that after every 90 days, there's kind of a review, and the team checks, is there a pool that is growing in size, has more importance now, then the rewards would be redistributed. That means no token leave the system, no rewards are taken somewhere, they are just redistributed within the D token pairs. And that makes complete sense, because it should be an active system, it should be a monitored system. The system should help traders to utilize the DEX. I think that's very, very important. And then there was another thing, for example, CS, Credit Suisse, is a dead token. But we also don't want to kill the token, because some people are holding the token, but we don't want to, or this team, the idea of the DFIP is not to send rewards to tokens that are not traded on a stock exchange anymore. So it's actually an improvement. And like I said, I really like the idea. I hope so you also. And I hope now it's better understandable.
Great.
Yeah.
Then the last 2 points.
One last point. There was DeFiChain domains, there was an X-Space, and there was a rebuild show yesterday where the team that actually put this DFIP up spoke about DEX trading, DFIP. They also have a CFP now. Check that out. I think, it's very reasonable ask what they're asking for. Check that out. Links are in the show notes. Big point today. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, really long one. Thanks for the explanation again. And then, it's a smart handover from the notable mentions to community projects. DEX Trading Live, you can proceed with this one.
Let's carry on. Another time mentioning those guys. They have the third episode of the DEX Trading Masters ongoing. I think they had 8, then they had 18 or something like this. Now they have 25 participants for their trading challenge. And trading challenges are always very good. They attract a lot of attention. And there's also a live, the scoreboard is on DeFiChain Cockpit to be seen. How are they doing? And that's the third one, and they're even planning for the next one. And now it's only humans trading against humans. In the next one, it's going to be humans and bots allowed. That's going to be an interesting one. If you want to know what Mr. Swayze, one of the guys involved in this whole story, thinks about, are the humans going to win or are the bots going to win? Check out the rebuild show that we recorded yesterday, because he has a very, very clear opinion on that one. Then we've got DeFiChain Python. There's a new release, 3.11 is out. The mostly includes bug fixes found by community members. So it seems that a couple of community members are participating also in finding bug fixes. Then In the Market Paddy has a new newsletter. It's what is DeFiChain Labs, then DeFiChain Space for DeFiChain domains, Jellyverse partnership with D-Many, eBox is now live on DeFiChain Metachain test, and of course in German and English. Then on the 12th of October, that's actually more or less tomorrow. If you're in Germany, if you're in Singapore already today, there's a new poker night, a new poker competition. Check out if you want to participate. I'm sure you can still sign up for it. And then DeFiChain Votings, really cool website that shows you now DFIPs and CFPs, thumbs up, thumbs down, different colors. It's very visual now to see if a proposal is approved, not approved, how many people voted, what's the quorum, where are we, and that's very interesting because in about a week the actual DFIPs and CFPs gonna be closed. So if you wanna see who needs more love or who do you want to stop, go on the website. Hopefully you're supporting all of these projects and check it out. Link is in the show notes. So much about the projects, DC. A lot.
Yeah, a lot is happening, right? What's happening next? Future dates. What is scheduled for
Highlight
the
of
upcoming week?
everybody's week out there is like going to church. And for people who don't go to church, I hope you come here on Wednesday and watch the news show. That's very important. You can also go to a temple. We are not very religious here, or everybody welcome, of course. Yeah, Wednesday news show. And then I'm really looking forward to welcome Liam from DeFiChain Labs for my fireside chat. We are working very ambitiously on nailing down a date where we can record the fireside chat. So Liam, if you are listening out there, I'm talking to you, buddy. You are invited. DC heard it. There's no escape anymore.
Yeah, great. And if you have a project on Metachain or around DeFiChain and you want to show us your project on a Rebuild show, get in contact with Mark or me and we schedule here also a stream here on the channel, around about 20 minutes, and you can present what you're doing. We are open. Great.
Yeah.
Good show. We are at the end. We still have some time for the question and answers. For everyone watching live, put the question here in the chat. Everyone not watching live, thanks for doing it. Give us a like. Now it's the right word. And then see you soon next week here on the channel with DeFiChain News Show. Have a great time.
Have a great evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Question and answers.
Now.
That was professional, huh? My DJ, my sexy DJ radio voice. DC, your turn. Who do you wanna? Hey, DC is here. Fantastic.
Really? Where?
Fine Beats is here. Oh, careful! Don't do the thumbs. I don't do the thumbs up. Actually, we figured out the problem that we had. I've been in touch with the support of Ecamm. Fantastic software, actually, by the way, works really well if you want to do professional live streams like we do. The only problem was whenever you did one of these signs, I think this is a Mac OS problem. It looks like we fixed it, hopefully. Lumpenrisiko. Hi, welcome here. Yeah, Bitfun Beats, DC. Will DeFiChain ever go back above $1?
No one knows the future. Probably yes, I would say here. Depends on the overall market. Yeah, that's one aspect, and depends on what's coming next regarding utility, Metachain, demand for DeFi, and so on.
Christian Peterson is in the house.
Sure.
Hello, my friends. Good evening. I'm happy there is a lot of development. Yeah, absolutely. That's our friend from South Africa, I think, right? It's good to see. DC, do you remember when we started the show, there was actually more or less no development from the community?
Yeah.
It was only co-development.
The main part, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see. Genau. So no, today we are not gonna. I could do the freezer. We can try at the end, but better not now.
No.
So if you have questions here, Roger Medina. Hey, welcome back. We haven't had a question from you for a while. Hi guys, what's your opinion on NE? I think they are not helping at all. Expect short selling. They don't have to close the loans. They just wait until it becomes zero. Without NE, we would be over 100 million circulating unlocked DSD, not counting these stocks. Okay, negative interest rate.
negative interest rate, which is used to pay everyone making a DUSD loan. And there are two aspects here. On the one side, the burning is less because half of the burned DUSD will be re-emissioned. I think that's the aspect of we would be under the current unbacked circulating supply. But there's the other side, and the other side is that with the negative interest rate, we increase the demand for DeFi and other tokens in the vaults. If you now remove the negative interest rates to zero, a lot of loans would be closed, and with every closed loan, there will be DeFi free. We have, I think, over 80 million DeFi in vaults. And now you can think on your own what will happen if half of them are free. Where are they going to? If part of them would be sold, it would also have an impact. That's the current trade-off between, on the one side, burning less, on the other side, creating demand on DeFi and DUSD for the vaults.
Yep. Cool. Lumpenrisiko asked us, please mention that Bake closes CFP votes on the 12th of October.
Tomorrow, right?
Is that correct? Okay, I don't know.
It's correct, yeah.
Thanks. So that means you can still vote if you're a Cake user.
And have a DFI in a freezer for a certain period. I don't know the complete rules, but you are able to vote under some conditions.
Certain rules. And then we've got a very interesting question here. What's your go-to cocktail on a night out, DC? What's the drink to get drunk on? Cocktail.
Cocktail.
What? Don't say Weissbier.
A long
Island iced tea. Okay, DC is going for the hard shit here.
No. It's a long time ago.
I thought it's a Long Island iced tea. Okay.
No. I'm drinking really less alcohol, and if so, beer normally, yeah. But just
on my side is gin tonic. So honestly, I'm not drinking. It sounds so boring, right? I'm not drinking much at the moment. Doing a ton of sports and getting older, I really feel how it impacts my performance the next couple of days. But if I drink, then I really enjoy gin tonic. If you
then
ask
a lot.
Me, if I drink, then I drink a lot. Yeah, we did so when the whole team was in Singapore. We had some nice nights out. DC, no more questions. Time to go to
we are at
bed.
the end. You're going to the bed. I still have an evening here. I can do the one or other thing. Thanks for being part of this show, Mark.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure again. It was a great show.
Thanks for having me.
Looking forward what's happening next here on DeFiChain, and hope you also are looking forward and see you next week here on the channel.
Absolutely. And smash up the likes. Very important. Thanks a lot, DC.
Great.
Have a great evening.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.